This one change would make the Spanish GP 10 times better. It's Spanish GP race week, which, if we're being honest, doesn't always fill us with the biggest amount of excitement, does it? That's primarily due to its lack of overtaking, and even though we've had a recent change to turn 10 which was supposed to improve racing, it didn't really do much apart from making the corner a little bit more fun for the drivers to go round. Fun as in taking more speed in, not fun as in making up positions. The big old problem with the circuit is 100% the turns 14 and 15 chicane. It's awful in pretty much every way. I don't think anyone has ever commented on a sequence of corners like that and gone, yeah mate, wow, what an excellent tight and twisty chicane. Absolutely love the cars going through there. Now that I say this, I'm sure there will be a comment going, actually Matt, I bloody love that last chicane. So I'll cover off and say there'll be only one or two that think that. So why did the FIA add the chicane in the first place? Well, the FIA's removal of the old fast right-hander was based around safety, as if cars strayed too far from the racing line or even brushed the right-hand curb, they would be sent spinning down the hill. This exact scenario played out at the 2006 Spanish Grand Prix when Honda's Takuma Sato ran slightly wide and spun across the circuit. There's also not a huge amount of distance between such a fast corner and the wall, hence another reason to implement the dreaded turn 14-15 chicane. So why does such a small part of the track have such big consequences? Well, it all comes down to the difficulty of following a car incredibly closely through a slow sequence of corners. It's practically impossible, or certainly was before the new 2022 car regulations came in this year. Even being what looks like a car length behind quickly becomes 5 or even 10 once the leading car accelerates off the chicane first. When an F1 car is within 1 second of another in the lead up to the chicane, the trailing car's downforce is reduced by roughly 6%. If they're lucky enough to get within half a second, their reduction in downforce jumps to 12%. It was a lot more before these new cars, trust me. Not only does this compromise their entry into the chicane when trailing drivers will often oversteer, but also compromises the exit as the attacking driver is unable to produce enough downforce to keep up with the car in front of them. This can lead to a slightly worse exit, and then it's basically game over until the next lap for a chance to overtake. The whole track basically doesn't offer enough of a straight anywhere else for a dive bomb. And the one place it did was turn 10, but then they reprofiled it last year to make it less of a braking zone, which in turn makes it even harder to outbrake your opponent. I remember when they announced they were changing the circuit, hopes were through the roof about Spain being a better track, and then they changed turn 10 and not the chicane. Sad times. Of course, the reintroduction of the sweeping right-hander is the one big change that could completely re-energise this Catalunya circuit. But the FIA last year did say that it wouldn't be an overnight change. Something that could be more easily implemented is a longer DRS zone down towards turn 1. I don't think we've ever seen DRS overtakes be too easy at the Spanish GP before. Well actually Matt, I think you'll find in 2017 on lap 43 there was a very easy move for 14th position. Lots of impersonations in this video. There you have it, a look into a small change that could have a big impact on the racing. What do you think? Can the Spanish GP be saved from being a boring track? Let us know in the comment section below.